Top 5 Most Iconic Muscle Cars of the 1960s. Welcome back to Vintage Wheels Chronicles. Today, we're rewinding the clock to the golden age of American muscle, the 1960s. This was the decade when horsepower ruled the streets and bold design met raw performance. We're counting down the top 5 most iconic muscle cars of the 1960s, the legends that started it all. From Detroit steel to high-octane street beasts, these classics defined a generation. Let's dive into muscle car history. 1. 1964 Pontiac GTO, the one that started it all. The 1964 Pontiac GTO is widely regarded as the first true muscle car. Pontiac took a mid-sized Tempest, dropped in a 389 cubic inch V8, and created a monster. It offered up to 348 horsepower, shocking for the time. The name GTO was borrowed from Ferrari, and it caused instant buzz. It could go from 0 to 60 in just over 6 seconds. Insane performance in the early 60s. The car came with tri-power carburetors, a dual exhaust, and optional 4-speed manual transmission. It was loud, aggressive, and unapologetically fast. What made it special wasn't just power. It was affordable. Young drivers could buy a GTO and smoke anything on the street. The media dubbed it the Tiger of the Streets. It even starred in drag racing and became a cultural icon almost overnight. Sales exploded. Pontiac expected to sell 5,000 units and ended up selling over 32,000 in the first year. It quickly became a status symbol for speed lovers. The GTO created a formula everyone else rushed to copy. Ford, Chevy, Dodge. They all scrambled to respond. The car was available as a coupe, hardtop, or convertible. It had distinctive hood scoops and chrome trim that screamed attitude. It became a legend on Friday night streets and Saturday drag strips. Magazine covers, TV ads, even hit songs featured the GTO. The '64 GTO was more than a car. It was a revolution on wheels. It opened the floodgates for the muscle car era. By blending power and price, Pontiac gave birth to an entire genre. It wasn't the biggest or fastest, but it was the first to get it right. Even today, classic car fans consider it the grandfather of muscle. It's one of the most collectible Pontiacs ever made. The 1964 GTO wasn't just iconic, it defined a movement. 2. 1967 Chevrolet Camaro SS, the street fighter. In 1967, Chevrolet launched the Camaro to take on the wildly successful Ford Mustang. But the Camaro had a different attitude, meaner, more aggressive, and built for performance. The SS version came with a 350 or optional 396 cubic inch big block V8. It looked tough, long hood, short deck, and muscular stance. It was available as a coupe or convertible. The SS had special striping, badging, and simulated hood scoops. Its dual exhaust growled with authority, letting everyone know it meant business. The 396 V8 made up to 375 horsepower, brutal for its size. The Camaro SS could run the quarter-mile in the 14-second range, a serious number in its day. It was fast, stylish, and handled surprisingly well thanks to its tight chassis. The RS package added hidden headlights and extra trim. Enthusiasts could combine SS performance with RS styling for the ultimate street machine. It was a favorite among hot rodders, drag racers, and high school rebels. The Camaro SS quickly gained a reputation as the bad boy muscle car. It even found its way into movies like Aloha, Bobby and Rose. Chevrolet promoted the car heavily in magazines and TV ads, creating a buzz among young drivers. There were over 220,000 Camaros sold in its debut year, a huge success. It became a staple of American muscle culture. From car shows to street races, the Camaro SS stood out. It wasn't just a Mustang rival, it was a full-blown competitor. Many preferred the Camaro's bolder look and brute power. Its performance was raw, unfiltered, and endlessly modifiable. The first-gen Camaro became a dream platform for tuners and customizers. Today, a '67 Camaro SS in good condition is a high-value collector's item. It set the tone for generations of Camaros that followed. But no matter how modern they get, the original 1967 SS will always hold a special place in muscle car history. It was Chevy's declaration that the horsepower war had officially begun. 3. 1968 Dodge Charger RT, the movie star muscle. The 1968 Dodge Charger RT wasn't just a muscle car, it was a legend in motion. With its fastback styling, hidden headlights, and wide stance, the Charger had unmatched road presence. It looked aggressive, even when standing still. The RT model, road, track, came with the monstrous 440 Magnum V8 or optional 426 Hemi. The 440 engine made 375 horsepower, while the Hemi unleashed a full 425 horses. That kind of power turned this big-bodied coupe into a true highway missile. It could smoke the tires with ease and dominate straightaways. Inside, it was luxurious for a muscle car, with bucket seats, wood grain accents, and a full-gauge cluster. But what really made the '68 Charger iconic was Hollywood. It became world-famous after starring in the movie Bullitt with Steve McQueen. That legendary car chase through San Francisco sealed its place in pop culture forever. People didn't just want a Charger, they wanted that Charger. The RT version added performance suspension, beefier axles, and sporty badges. Despite its size, the Charger handled well and felt solid at high speeds. It was often seen at drag strips, but it was also popular on the street. That rear end with the round tail lights became instantly recognizable. It looked menacing coming and going. The car also saw use in NASCAR, with Richard Petty piloting Charger variants to victory. It was both a street legend and a racing hero. The 1968 redesign launched the second-generation Charger, which became the most beloved. Collectors especially value original RTs with the Hemi engine. It's considered one of the ultimate Mopar machines of the era. With style, power, and movie star fame, the Charger RT had it all. Even in the modern world of supercars, its silhouette still turns heads. No list of iconic '60s muscle cars is complete without it. The 1968 Dodge Charger RT wasn't just a car, it was a cultural moment on four wheels. And to this day, it remains one of the most legendary muscle cars ever built. 4. 1969 Ford Mustang Mach 1, the muscle evolution. By 1969, the Mustang had already become a sensation, but Ford wasn't done yet. Enter the Mach 1, a more aggressive, performance-focused version of the Mustang. It replaced the GT model and became the go-to for speed-hungry fans. You could get it with several V8 options, from the 351 Windsor to the brutal 428 Cobra Jet. With Ram air induction and up to 335 horsepower, the Mach 1 was a serious contender. It featured a matte black hood, hood pins, racing stripes, and chrome exhaust tips. Its stance was lower, its attitude was meaner. Inside, the Mach 1 offered high-back bucket seats, wood grain trim, and a rally gauge cluster. It was more refined than previous Mustangs, but no less wild. The 1969 version had quad headlights and a fastback body that looked like it belonged on a racetrack. The optional drag pack gave it upgraded axles and cooling systems for serious quarter-mile action. The Mach 1 was both stylish and functional. It could cruise the streets or dominate the strip. It was affordable, customizable, and beloved by young drivers across America. Ford sold over 70,000 Mach 1s in 1969 alone, a massive success. It was so good it pushed Ford to shift focus from the Shelby models to the Mach 1 line. It even saw action in racing, particularly in Trans Am events. In TV shows and movies, it became the Mustang of choice for the cool character. Ford had found the perfect blend of muscle, performance, and presence. Even today, the 1969 Mach 1 is considered one of the best-looking Mustangs ever made. Collectors search for original Cobra Jet versions, especially with the 4-speed manual. The Mach 1 badge returned in later generations, but the original still hits hardest. Its exhaust note, aggressive nose, and fastback roof made it unforgettable. It wasn't just a Mustang, it was the Mustang, evolved. When you think of 60s muscle, the Mach 1 is always in the top tier. It had performance for the track and class for the showroom. It was everything a muscle car should be. And in 1969, Ford proved that the Mustang still had more to give. The Mach 1 wasn't just a name, it was a statement. And that statement echoed across muscle car history. 5. 1969 Plymouth Road Runner, the budget beast. While other muscle cars got fancier and pricier, the Road Runner went the other way. Plymouth stripped it down and focused on one thing: raw power at a low price. The result? One of the most beloved muscle cars of the 60s. The 1969 Road Runner came standard with a 383 V8, but you could upgrade to the legendary 426 Hemi. With the Hemi, it could hit 0 to 60 in just over 5 seconds, serious speed for the time. Its look was simple, no flashy chrome, just a muscular body and a cartoon decal on the hood. Yes, it proudly wore the Warner Brothers Roadrunner cartoon character, and even had a real beep-beep horn. It was fun, fast, and totally unique. Plymouth marketed it as the blue-collar performance car. You didn't need to be rich to go fast. Buyers loved the idea. Over 80,000 Roadrunners were sold in 1969. The optional air-grabber hood scoop opened up on command, feeding air directly into the beastly engine. It came with heavy-duty suspension, performance tires, and a no-nonsense attitude. Inside, it was basic but functional. Just the essentials. You could get it as a coupe or a hardtop, and even a convertible. It won Motor Trend's Car of the Year award in 1969. It dominated at the drag strip and looked menacing on the street. You could get it with a 4-speed manual and a pistol-grip shifter, pure muscle. The Roadrunner was about fun and fury, not frills. Mopar fans worshipped this car for its brutal simplicity and outrageous performance. In an era where some cars were getting bloated, the Roadrunner stayed true to its roots. It was a return to form, a reminder of what muscle cars were really about. And because of its price and power, it earned instant street credibility. Many were raced, modified, and driven hard, making surviving originals rare and valuable. It's one of the greatest bargains in muscle car history, and one of the most iconic symbols of no-nonsense speed. The 1969 Roadrunner didn't just run, it flew. There you have it, the top 5 most iconic muscle cars of the 1960s. From the Pontiac GTO to the Plymouth Roadrunner, each one of these machines changed car culture forever. These weren't just vehicles, they were statements of power, rebellion, and freedom. Which one would you park in your dream garage? Drop a comment, hit like, and subscribe for more timeless legends from Vintage Wheels Chronicles.